erase my tea. Come on, it'll be fun. We'll get some sandwiches for you.
Ready?
Yes.
Ready? Good morning and welcome to the City of Chester City Council meeting for today, Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. We always open with an invocation followed by a pledge. We'll stand and we have our chaplain, Lisa Dennis, to give the invocation.
Good morning. Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, we lift your holy name and invoke your presence to be with us today in Chester City Council meeting. We know that you have plans for Chester, plans of good and not of evil. We pray your will, the righteous and just will be done. Let this meeting be conducted in dignity and in order. Let the agenda reflect the good interests of the people, and let decisions benefit this community in bountiful ways. You know the hearts of the decision makers. You turn the heart of the kings and rulers to you. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. We pray in your name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilors Williams. Present. Green.
Present.
West.
Present.
Davis.
Present.
Mayor Roots.
Present. Can we get a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting from January 5th?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We have public comment. Agenda items only. Anybody? If so, step to the mic. Moving on. Old and new business. Anything council would like to share? Moving on. Madam Clerk.
Again, we have changed the reading of the resolutions. I will not read them in full. I'm going to read the verbiage that you got on your agenda. Resolution 4, authorize the reappointment of Nasir Leach as a member of the Chester Economic Development Authority, term to expire December 31st, 2030.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk.
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Roots?
Nope.
Resolution 5, authorize the reappointment of Michael Lewis as a member of the Block Captain Committee, term to expire December 31st, 2028.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk.
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Roots?
Yes.
Resolution 6, authorize the appointment of Alicia Stewart Martin as a member of the Chester Economic Development Authority to fill the expired term of Rashida Myers Lee, term to expire December 31st, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments? Madam Clerk.
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Roots?
Yes.
Resolution 7, authorize the appointment of Marquise Bailey as a member of the Chester Housing Authority Board to fill the unexpired term of Alicia Stewart Martin, term to expire December 31st, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments?
I do have a comment. I did read over the bio for Mr. Bailey, and I don't really know him. Is he here today? Okay, but I am going to move this forward.
So move.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Roots?
Yes.
Resolution 8, authorize the appointment of Dave Collins as a member of the Chester City Planning Commission to fill the expired term of Leola Williams, term to expire December 31st, 2028. So move.
Second. Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Green?
No.
West?
No.
Davis?
Abstain.
Mayor Roots?
Yes.
Resolution 9, authorize the reappointment of Annette Pyatt as a member of the Chester City Planning Commission, term to expire December 31st, 2029.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. So did this resolution for Mr. Collins, it passed or no?
Previous one.
Number 8,
Yes.
But it was 2 yeses and 1 abstention, and 2 noes.
2 yeses, 2 noes, 1 abstain.
Okay. Well then, before we move forward, I'd like to move that we reappoint Leola Williams to this Chester City Planning Commission.
With a term to expire. December
With the term
30th.
to expire December 31st, 2028.
I second that we reappoint Leola Williams to the Chester City Planning Commission to fill, with a term to expire December 31st, 2028.
Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams? No. Green?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Davis?
Abstain.
Mayor Roots?
No. I make a motion to appoint Dave Collins as an alternate board member of the Chester Planning Commission. Can I get a motion?
So move.
Can we get a second? All right, moving on.
Mr. Solicitor, I just want to double check. This resolution, which is number 8, is now dead? As now?
I did
She
not hear
asked if the
you.
resolution number 8 now dead under.
Yes.
All right. Resolution 9, authorize the reappointment of Annette Pyatt as a member of the Chester City Planning Commission, term to expire December 31st, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Roots?
Yes.
Resolution 10, authorize the appointment of Patricia Wagner as a member of the City of Chester Zoning Hearing Board to fill the expired term of Tiffany Buford, term to expire December 31st, 2030.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Roots?
Yes.
Resolution number 11, authorize the appointment of Michelle Jackson as a member of the City of Chester Zoning Hearing Board, term to expire December 31st, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Roots?
Yes.
Resolution 12, authorize the installation of an honorary street sign renaming Elsnore Place at East 10th Street to Judge Horace Z. Davis Way in recognition of his dedication and faithfulness to his community and to serve as a visible reminder to future generations of the profound impact one individual can make in the community.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Roots?
Yes.
Resolution 13, authorize the Chester Economic Development Authority, known as CEDA, to take the appropriate steps to ensure that the requirements for action plan preparation and public notification are met, and to advertise the availability of the draft fiscal year 2026 Community Development Block Grant and Home Investment Partnership Program Action Plan in accordance with the appropriate federal regulations.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments?
This attachment that we have, the draft of the disbursements for the CDBG money, will this be made, will the public be able to get a copy of this?
I believe that becomes part of the advertisement. So yes, that'll be public.
Okay, because it wasn't attached at the time we advertised, right, last week?
We advertise the agenda, not the actual attachment. This authorizes the advertising of the draft action plan.
Okay, all right. Just want to be clear. All right.
Any other questions or comments? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Roots?
Yes.
Resolution 14, authorize the approval of the supplemental proposal submitted by MG Engineering Associates LLC for any additional unforeseen environmental areas of concern, which include, but are not limited to, underground storage tanks, seepage pits, or any other significant environmental issues in an amount not to exceed $20,000.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Madam Clerk?
Councilors Williams?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Roots?
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
You're welcome.
Excellent job, as always.
Thank you.
We don't have any reports. Ms. Controller? Chief?
No.
No, sir. We do have a few presentations, though. In the House, we have the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society. As we know in PHS, there's a land care program that we're launching in the city of Chester, and we felt that you should know about it. So please. There's going to be some graphics up on the screen as well. Screens.
So good morning, Council and Mayor Roots. My name is Keith Green. I'm the Vice President of the Vice President of our Healthy Neighborhoods Program at the Pennsylvania Horticulture Society. PHS has been wanting to work in Chester for about 10 years. We are thrilled to have this opportunity to highlight one of the programs that we have at PHS that we've been actually had great success with for 20+ years. And I just want to thank first the Delaware County District Attorney's Office and also the City of Chester. But I'm not going to be the one that's going to be piloting this program with you. Actually, our director of the land care program that we run in Philadelphia, her name is Melissa Stusbeck. She will be presenting all of you the presentation, and she will be running the program here in Chester. So I want to introduce her, and she will take it from there. So thank you for this opportunity.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for
Yes,
coming.
sir.
Hi, thank you everyone. My name's Melissa Stutzbeck and I'm the Director of Land Care at the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society. And I just want to thank you for the opportunity to be here, City Council and Mayor Roots. We are very excited about the launch of this program, and we can progress to the next slide. Before I talk about the vacant lot cleaning and greening program itself, I just want to take a moment to recognize what makes this pilot truly special. This is the first time in PHS's history that our land care program is expanding outside of Philadelphia city limits. And it's something that really should be celebrated by the City Council and neighbors of Chester. This pilot exists because of a strong and intentional partnership. I just want to thank Deputy District Attorney Matt Cross and Aaron Bergen for cutting through red tape and really advocating for this work and securing the funding that is needed to make this program possible.
Hold on for
I
one second.
also,
Hold on.
go ahead.
There they are in the back. That's Matt and Aaron. Thank you guys so much.
Yes. I also want to thank Lisa Gaffney. I'm not sure if Lisa's back there, of the Chester Economic Development Authority, who originally brought this idea to PHS many years ago and really helped plant the seed and help make it happen. And finally, thank you to Justin Tibbles and from the mayor's office and Mayor Roots to really making sure that this partnership is aligned with City Council priorities, ensuring the effort is really grounded in safe neighborhoods for Chester. So it's a very meaningful accomplishment, and we're proud to be launching this pilot together. Next slide. So you may know of PHS from our annual flower show, but what people don't often know about PHS is that flower show, as well as a lot of other work, fuels very meaningful community engagement. We have a workforce development program, we have a street tree program, we have a community garden program, as well as our vacant lot greening program and more, with the intention to build strong relationships with community members, creating healthy environments, increasing access to food, and really expanding economic opportunity. And our vacant lot cleaning and greening program really touches on all these aspects of impact. Next slide. So in the city of Philadelphia, we have over 40,000 vacant lots across the city, and you can go to the next slide. 12,000 of those vacant lots are cleaned and greened by our land care program. So this has really grown to quite the scale across the city of Philadelphia because of the success that we've had. Next slide. So this is a parcel on Germantown Ave in Philadelphia. So we work with parcels that are blighted, neglected, often in neighborhoods with limited access to green space, lower health outcomes, higher rates of crime. And what we do is we clear out all of the overgrowth and debris. We put down topsoil, grass, a post and rail fence, sometimes trees where it makes sense, to really transform these pieces of land into community assets for the neighborhood that the community can feel very proud of and can be used for community use and benefit. Next slide. Here's another site on Cecil B. Moore Ave in Philadelphia, and you can go to the next slide. Here's an after picture of that parcel. I do just want to note that this is an interim treatment, so we lose about like 20% of our inventory to development, businesses, low income housing, and other types of development. So it's a very basic treatment, but with a big impact. Next slide. So why would we bring land care to Chester? We're really grateful for a partnership with UPenn and the U.S. Forest Service, who have done randomized control trials about the impact of our program on, for nearby neighbors. And they found that in a study that there was a 41% decrease in rates of depression, a 29% decrease in gun violence, and also a study out of Wharton found that there was a 4.3% increase in property values, which was statistically significant, but not enough to gentrify and like move people out of the homes that they own. Next slide. And really the greatest impact is for the neighbor, and just a nice quote from a neighbor. We recently did a surveying of neighbors that certainly made a buzz among us, and the difference is now that I get to hear the sounds from my childhood that were absent before, children giggling and playing outside. So these spaces, neighbors take advantage of. We've had weddings on our parcels. We've had barbecues. They have really been a source of community gathering. So our aspiration for this program is to have this really rooted in Chester, and to have a local economic impact for small businesses and for neighbors. So it's really important to us to work with small businesses and nonprofits that hire from within the neighborhood, that know their neighborhood, they've built trust, and because we don't want to be helicoptering in and out. So our hope is that, we're starting with a small amount of parcels and amount of vacant land, so there'll be somewhat limited opportunities to begin with for maintenance, but we would really like to bring in Chester businesses to support this work. Next slide. In terms of, and I apologize, I'm not sure why part of this slide is cut off, but in terms of the selections of parcels, so we have selected parcels that are owned by CETA to ensure clear authority and long-term stewardship of these sites. It was also really important to Chester to have the sites be in visible places, such as the sites here around Morton and 9th Street that are in the gateway to enter into Chester that can really build civic pride. And these sites are near the very popular barber shop here in Chester. It's also important to look at sites that aren't completely paved, so that we're able to do our work and install grass. And then another priority was residential areas where residents can immediately see and feel the benefits. Next slide. And so here are some sites more in the southwest area of Chester. There was also a lot of thought put into spreading this program widely so that more neighbors can feel the benefit. Next slide. So in terms of what's coming next, so we're really in our planning and community outreach phase, really hoping to spread the word of what we're doing and why we're here in Chester. We'll also be hopefully identifying a maintenance partner. And then starting in March, we're going to stabilize 100,000 square feet of vacant land in Chester, and then we will be maintaining these lots from summer 2026 to summer 2027. We'll be out there twice a month, so this isn't a clean it and green it and leave. This is a sustained commitment to these parcels with the hope of sustained long-term funding to be able to grow the program and to sustain it well beyond summer 2027. Next slide. So thank you all so much. We're super thrilled to get started. Again, thank you to everyone that's made this possible. And I believe we're opening it up for questions of City Council.
Any questions, City Council? Comments?
And the community outreach, and thank you for the presentation. So the community outreach piece will be engaging the community to continue the care for these lots once we get them cleared out.
So part of this program is long-term maintenance. So we will be hopefully identifying a local maintenance partner here in Chester. So the community, we don't have expectations that the community needs to maintain it themselves, but we do encourage the community to take advantage of the space and use it. So the burden isn't on community members necessarily to maintain the space.
My question is, I've seen in part of your presentation about the food part of it.
Yep.
I'm big on that.
Yeah.
So how would that work?
Yeah, so a lot of our vacant parcels in the city of Philadelphia have turned into community gardens. It is really on community members to take advantage of the space and use it in that capacity. But we have over 170 PHS community gardens in Philadelphia, and it's really up to CETA in terms of how the vacant lots are used and if that's something that's an activity that you all are interested in promoting for community. One thing we like to tell community members if they are planning to use the space in this capacity is just that it is an interim treatment, so there's always a risk of development at some point in time. So just going into it with those expectations of you know, it might not be like a long-term community garden, but I will say that a lot of our community gardens have been around for many, many years on our vacant parcels.
And so where would the funding for that, is that a part of this project as well? Because
So
it's
this,
gonna be-
yeah.
It's gonna be, like raised bed gardens and things like that, right? So like where would the funding, or how would something like that fit into one of those spaces?
Yeah, the funding for now is just for this basic treatment. That being said, hopefully there's opportunities in the future for more enhanced programming on sites, if that's something that City Council and CETA is interested in, but it's not currently within the funding parameters here. We also have like a pollinator program in Philadelphia that's another enhanced treatment. So I think this is just the start, the seed, for growth, and it could be in that direction.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So I want to thank you for doing the presentation. Let me just recap what you just said. There's close to 100,000 square feet of empty lots scattered around Chester that have high visibility that were selected for this treatment. The treatment is basically taking overgrowth, maybe some gravel, a little bit of pavement, and just turning it into a grassy lot with a pretty fence.
Correct. Sometimes trees as well.
Sometimes trees as well.
Yes.
So this goes a long way in the beautification of Chester. We've started with lots that the city owns in the name of CETA, Chester's Economic Development Authority. So that makes it easy. It's our own space. One of the things that you said was that, what's the term that you used? Interim? Mm-hmm. Interim. Which means that, you know, when people drive by from out of town, you know, we have a lot of developers who have come in here and looked at pieces of land. What might look very unattractive today could look super attractive after this treatment. So they may want to buy the lot and put something on there. One of the things that we're requiring, if that does happen though, is that the person who buys that lot is going to have to replace this treatment somewhere else in the city. So that's something
great.
We're insisting on. As far as community involvement, to the councilwoman's question here, we're going to be looking for local at the very least, local grass cutters to take care of this. These CETA lots are cut right now a couple times a year by our Public Works Department, sometimes our Parks Department. So we're already paying, you know, through city dollars to maintain these lots at the minimum. So what we'll be looking to do is, you know, just kind of transfer those funds and find a local landscaper, grass cutter. Doesn't have to be a big firm. In fact, we prefer that it isn't. A couple of the requirements that you would express to us is that they have to be insured. They have to, what are some of the requirements?
Yeah, we do have insurance requirements in order to be able to, you know, just in terms of liability if something were to happen while they're cutting the site. And then we do ask that there's some experience in terms of landscaping, grass maintenance, as well as like the proper equipment to do the job. But we do provide a lot of support to our partners that we work with in terms of training and one-on-one coaching. And so people have, you know, started with PHS and have grown their business very significantly in Philadelphia. I just want to keep in mind, you know, it is a small 100,000 square feet, so we'll likely only be able to start with like one maintenance partner, but ideally we would grow that program to really give an opportunity to local neighbors.
And how would they, I'm sorry, how would they apply?
Okay, I was just about to say, what I would like for those of you in earshot and present, let us know if there's somebody who you would like to recommend. And we've got a few months to get them prepared to work with PHS. So we're putting it out there.
You know I have somebody.
Yep.
Good. All right,
I'll
great.
give you know, I'll have my business card. Also, Justin can share my contact information. We will have an application that people will need to fill out, as well as just meeting one-on-one to learn more about their business and to do an equipment check.
And the last thing I want you to speak on is the fact that this is correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first time PHS has done something outside of the city of Philadelphia.
So we do have programs outside of the city of Philadelphia in terms of our tree program and some of our garden program, but Land Care has never gone outside of the city limits, and it's been a goal. Keith Green really helped to form and shape this program and made it what it is today. And then now has been promoted into the vice president role. So he's been working on this for a very long time. So it's a really historic moment for PHS to be here in Chester doing this program.
Well, we love to call ourselves the first city. So to know that we're the first city outside of Philadelphia to have this Land Care program makes us proud. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you all so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you. I just have one final
Oh, sure.
question. Sorry, everybody.
Go for it.
Just a slight question. So who maintains ownership of these parcels, and are they consolidated into one major parcel, or is that 100,000 square feet still going to remain individual parcels?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So all of these parcels are owned by the Chester Economic Development Authority, which allows us to get the permissions to be able to work on the sites. There was a lot of thought put into choosing sites that are like accumulations of multiple parcels to have the most impact. So in Philadelphia, we actually do work with private-owned parcels as well. There's like a violation process that gives us the permission to work on them. So, this was the most efficient way to be able to serve as many parcels as possible through the CETA.
Thank you.
All right, before you sit down, what do you guys who are sitting in the house think about this program? Yes, no, you like it, you don't like it? Okay. Just wanted to get a sense. All right, good job. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, you want to go now? Come on. No? You are coming up here. Oh, you will? You're going to come now? Well, you're waiting for one presentation before you, and that would be Crystal Burrell. She's going to come up and talk about our Martin Luther King, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Day activities.
Good morning, everybody. Mayor, Council, City of Chester. I'm just coming to give you guys some updates on some things that the Parks and Recreation Department is working on. Our mayor, he mentioned MLK Day. So as you know, Monday, January 19th is the day that we observe MLK Day. So the City of Chester has partnered with Widener University, the county of, Delaware County, Delco Volunteers, the CAT Center, and Making a Change Group with a list of a lot of other sponsors. So if you look on our social media page or on our city app, you will kind of see our itinerary, but I'll go through it really quickly for you. We will be starting breakfast here January 19th at 9 a.m. For our opening ceremony and breakfast. Everyone is welcome to attend that. Following that, there will be a peace march from Chester City Hall to Widener University. There will also be a community beautification project led by Chester Black Captains. We'll also have some community building activities at Widener led by the CAT Center. And then we will be wrapping off the night with our first annual Hoops for Hunger basketball game at Widener University. So this is a really big deal, one, because we're trying to bridge the gap between Widener and the city of Chester. So they are opening up their gym to allow us to play a Widener versus Chester game. So we do have about 20 people registered on each side. Councilman Davis is also going to be playing in that game. So we have hopes that the trophy is going to come back to Chester City Hall after that game. So the main thing that we are doing that's really important is if you would like to attend the game, it's either $5 or you can bring a canned good or non-perishables. It's called Hoops for Hunger, so we are collecting food so we can give back to our local food pantries. So I'm really excited about that. Our flyer is on Instagram, Facebook, and of course the City of Chester's website. I also would like to give you guys an update on our oldies but goodies, and we are going to be taking a pause for that right now, and we will resume in the spring around April. So if you do not have the app, I encourage you to download the app or you stay locked to our Facebook and Instagram for more information. Thank you. That's all I have. Do you guys have any questions?
No, but I want to say that you're doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you. And thank you guys for all your assistance. It really means a lot.
She's doing such a fabulous job. She moved from a part-time employee last year to a full-time employee this year.
Yes.
Yes.
Our Commissioner of our Bureau of Health, Dr. Kristen Motley, wants to give a short message that may counter what you've heard in the national press.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. Just wanted to share, as we know, we've been hearing some troubling information coming out of the Department of Health and Human Services from the federal government, especially in terms of childhood vaccinations. I want to let you all know that we are absolutely following the guidance of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Health and the Delaware County Department of Health, in that childhood vaccination recommendations will go on as they have previously done. There will be no changes in what we're recommending to protect our children from diseases that are preventable. There is no reason for a child to suffer or die from a disease that is vaccine preventable. We will not allow our children to suffer that way. So just wanted to make sure that that you know that I'm recommending that we follow the guidance that has been in place for decades. We're not moving off of that. It has saved lives. We don't see chicken pox anymore, right? We all used to get chicken pox because there is a vaccine that is available to prevent the suffering and the mortality that comes from chicken pox. So along those lines, we have to make sure we are keeping our babies safe. We will not be moving off of that recommendation. I also wanted to let council know in December, and I also wanted to say if you have questions, you can contact the Delaware County Health Department about anything that is coming out of the federal government regarding your health. There's a lot of questionable information, false information, and it's very troubling. I advise you to not believe everything you hear and see and read, especially on social media, regardless of who it's coming from. Question everything. And if you have questions, you can always contact the health department, the Delaware County Health Department. You can contact me too, but they have more people to answer the phones than I do, so I'm gonna send y'all to them. Their number is 484-276-2100. Again, 484-276-2100. If you have questions, if you don't have anyone to ask, question everything. Call them and ask the questions, please. I also want to mention in December, I presented that we received $1.3 million in funding to address $1.3 million US dollars.
Do I hear a clap?
No, so you don't have to clap. That's okay. To address lead in Chester homes. We know that lead poisoning is incredibly dangerous, especially for children and pregnant people. The toxic effects of lead are irreversible, and so if we can get lead out of these homes, we can see a turn in how our children are performing in school, in poverty. It just affects so many aspects of our lives. 2 days before Christmas, we received an email that the City of Chester was awarded $4.4 million from HUD to continue that work.
We warmed up the room.
So we are going to be getting the work done and trying to make a huge impact, as big of an impact as we possibly can with all the money that we can find. So I just wanted to let you all know that. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Dr. Martin.
That's it for the presentations, right? With regard to Dr. Motley, I mean, she's an example of always wanting, at least I do, bring the best and brightest to the city because we need them. Whether it's as employees, board members, whatever. That's my focus. She's a very credible messenger in the health field, not just in the city of Chester, but throughout the county, throughout the state, and she's beginning to get recognized around the country. With regard to national actions in the health realm, you know, when I watch national news or read the newspaper and decisions are coming out of DC, you see immediate response from people who don't agree. And that's why I think it's super important that we have somebody locally who's going to speak on our behalf, because we know that health disparities hit communities like ours a whole lot harder than the general population. So thank you, Dr. Motley, for, you know, bringing to our attention and being the person to call on when people have questions, period, when people have questions, because it's getting to be a pretty confusing landscape out here, particularly in the health arena. Presentations. Oh, it's that time that we love. It's public comment time. We've got a list of people signed up. We're going to start with Mr. Harry Crawford. Just to remind you, this is the first full council meeting of the year. We have the 3-minute timer. We prefer public comment as opposed to question and answer, but the time is yours.
Okay. I guess that's the best way to say it. I just wanted to actually bring something to your attention. Good morning, Council. Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning.
We changed trash companies as of the first of the year. 2 weeks before the end of the year, the recyclables were not being picked up because of holidays. So for the week of Christmas and the week of the New Year, my recyclables were not picked up, have not been picked up since December 18th. I started calling the very first.
Mr. Crawford, I'm sorry, can you give it a moment to stop the phone? Because what happens, all I'm going to hear on the tape is the phone and not you.
Okay.
All right, so December 18th.
Yes. December 18th was the last time my recyclables were actually picked up. I started calling once a day, each and every day, from that time period up until actually yesterday. And I finally got a hold of Ms. Gibson, and she told me she would actually look into it and I should take care of it. If there is a problem that our recyclables are contaminated or for any reason they are not going to be picked up, some type of notice should be given to that neighbor or that person saying that this is the reason why it is not being picked up. At this present time here, that the very next resort that I was going to do was just to bag it up and basically put it out to put the trash, because they are not picking up mine and then several other homes in my area. So I just wanted to actually bring that to you guys' attention.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have like 8 others. Of the 8 other people that have signed up for public comment, do any of you also have issues that you want to come to the mic and talk about? Trash? Okay, so let's do this. Instead of calling you out in order, all of you who want to talk about trash, just line up. And, you know, I'm just going to already tell you what you're going to hear. Our Public Works Director will follow up, but I want to hear everything that everyone has to say. Our new trash hauler's been on the job for 2 weeks. We anticipated that there were going to be some hiccups early on. It's a 5-year contract. Is that right, Chief?
Correct.
It's 5 times 12. That's 60 months they're going to be with us. The first one we knew was going to be rough. There's been blocks that trash hasn't been picked up at all. There's some huge issues with the recycling in some areas. So we want to hear every concern that you have with trash. We're going to have our Public Works Director tell you where we are right now. I think we even agreed to hire someone to track that first month, wasn't it? The who are they? What's their names again?
MSW.
MSW. So, like, we're prepared to fix what we knew was coming, but we still want to hear from you. So go ahead, Michael.
Yes, hi, my name is Michael Lewis. Council, Mayor, thank you for always just being yourselves. I appreciate every one of you individually, like how you represent yourselves out in the community, but particularly in regards to this trash issue. Live downtown, if you don't adhere to the trash, your rent will go up. You'll get hit with fees from the trash company. I just want to see how can we work on these issues. But you already pointed it all out, and y'all gonna iron it out. So just for the record, everybody please take recycling serious if you can. Even if you think it's all going to the same space and it's all gonna get burned under the same roof, that sorting make a difference with easing the capacity at the incinerator. That is vitally important, but if there's some type of lines that we can clear up these blurred lines as far as communication when it comes to, okay, trash will be missed this week, that helps. Because coming out to overflow trash, recycling going into trash, I'm not about to sort the trash at my apartment building on behalf of the community, but I genuinely do care, especially when I'm gonna get hit with fees. So just for the record, also, I would like to get everybody, if you don't use your recycling bins, if you have an old one, you can use it. If you haven't received one, you can reach out. Again, we do this word of mouth in the city of Chester. Reach out to somebody and know somebody. We can work on the issue for you, at least trying to help you get a recycling bin if you haven't received it. Which is...
Michael, hold on.
Yes.
I'm not sure everybody realizes you're talking from the voice of...
I was speaking for myself. But I am a block captain committee member. I genuinely care about our community and how we choose to live in it, to help keep it up. If you, many of you, I've seen your face somewhere somehow, or you may have known somebody that helped raise me in some capacity throughout my childhood, but I genuinely care about doing my part. And this is the capacity I choose to sit in. But if you have any issues and any concerns about recycling, whether it's a myth or not, you know, we really are trying to recycle. It's all going under the same roof, but that sorting that we do at our house matter. Let's start there.
Now, you're in an apartment building, correct?
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
so your apartment building, do they have their own dumpsters, or do they have recycling available?
Oh, we got a lot of trash cans and recycling. They gave us more than enough for us, but when it's times when trash chooses to miss because they're in the transition, then it causes an overflow. And then we're downtown, so we got the downtown winds that blow all the trash. So it helps if we all could get to some communication, so at least the people in the building can know, hey, they're not coming this week. Okay? You need to find out where to put the rest of your recycling. Reach out to somebody that can help point you in the right direction. And our phone numbers are all available. If you don't have a number, reach out to somebody. Somebody will get you in contact with somebody else. All right? If that's the Chester way, let's keep doing it. Thank y'all.
Mr. Lewis, I have a volunteer for you from down near Central Avenue. She's interested in being on your committee. So I'll give you that information later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, before you go on, with regard to apartment buildings, and I want you to speak to this, Andrew, not right now, but you might as well get in line because you're next. Andrew, just mention how many units an apartment building has to have that would make it a commercial building and hence a private trash collector when she finishes.
Okay. Good morning, Mayor and Council.
Morning.
With regards to the trash, my area was the first, so I figured there would be some problems. So you figure that was 2 weeks of recycling. So we figured, okay, so they commingled it, using your word, Councilwoman, the first time. The second week they came, they did the same exact thing. This time we talked to one of the drivers and one of the workers, and he said that they're trying to get it right, but they were still working on it. Well, that's the second time around. So now I don't know what the third week is going to bring because we don't get tracks picked up until Friday. So just watching them commingle all of this, we are losing money from the refunds that we get from the recycling.
Right.
And so we don't have our data that we should have on tonnage. And the tonnage, at this point, it's now 4 weeks. So by this time, it seems like they should have gotten it right because there is supposed to be, my understanding, a separate truck that comes to pick up the recycling. The fact that the people in the city who don't go on social media, who don't have the app, who don't do all these other things, they don't know that they're supposed to put everything out at one time. I thought there was some literature that was supposed to come around to all the households. At this point, it's just communication that needs to be a lot better.
Yeah, literature was put out in the new cans. And,
Oh, it was in the can?
Yeah. I got it in mine.
Okay,
and some
I didn't
others
get it in
too.
mine.
And
Okay.
Ms. Rothwell has the copy of the literature.
Okay.
The only concern I have with the literature is that it wasn't done in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's supposed to be taken care of.
Mhm.
And then I thought it was supposed to be 2 trucks coming around.
Right,
you
and
know.
that's what the young man said to me.
Mhm.
But he, he didn't,
Because
it didn't happen that way.
supposed to commingle
Right.
our trash with the recycle, because we turn in that recycle and get our numbers, and we have to
Sure.
report in to what, the state or something like that, or the county, you know? And we sometimes get money back
Right.
on the amount of tonnage that
Right.
we
So
we
we've
do.
missed a whole month of tonnage now.
I'm sorry,
that
Andrew,
we
I'm
could
not
have.
talking about. Okay.
But yes, so thank you very much. I just wanted to bring it to your attention so that you would know, because I watched to see what was going on, and, I'll be back up later for something else. Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
Here he comes, the Director of Public Works, Andrew Heyman, the target of all this angst.
Good morning. That's a great way to start this. Good morning, Council, Mayor Roots. Thank you for calling me up. I anticipated there would be some questions, comments, concerns about trash and recycling here today. So thank you for doing it. And I almost gave a report, and I'm glad I didn't, because now I can use this here. To address the first thing, and I'm going to jump forward in what I was going to say with regard to apartments, if you have 3 or fewer apartments in your building, then you get trash and recycling collected by the city of Chester. Larger than that, you're supposed to have a private hauler. I would suspect it could be the case. There are 1 or 2 small buildings out there that, for whatever reason, have flown under the radar and may still be getting municipal collection. There's one large notable exception to this, which is Flower Manor, which is a community action agency-owned property, also does receive trash and recycling collection from the city, despite the fact that it's a complex which has, I believe it's 60 units or something to that effect, or in the upper 50s. So if you live at Flower Manor, or if you know somebody who lives at Flower Manor who has questions, they should still be dealing with the city of Chester. Obviously, private businesses, stores, restaurants, daycares, things like that should not be getting trash collection through the city of Chester. A couple notes just from some of the comments that were made. First, to Mr. Crawford's comment, I have texted with my staff while you were speaking and after. That issue's been reported multiple times, both to the previous hauler that was still collecting trash and recycling on December 18th, JP Mascaro, and also to the new hauler. So I'm going to follow up with them personally when we get out of here to find out why that hasn't been corrected, because it's not acceptable. And I apologize for it on behalf of our staff and the hauler. The commingling issue, this is something we have a lot of comments about, and so it's something that we definitely need to do more communicating with regard to. So to Councilwoman's point, a flyer was put out with the recycling bins when they were delivered, but I am aware of numerous instances, including Mr. Tibbles that brought to my attention his house, where the flyer was not attached. It could be because of an error. It could also be because apparently one of the days that they were put out was very windy. The recycling bins were put out in the middle of December, so we have encountered numerous people who would not be aware that there had been a flyer taped to their recycling bin, and so may have been confused, and this leads to the commingling issue. Our hauler has made us aware that there have been a lot of households where you've got trash and recycling in the same container. So a lot of people are putting their trash and recycling into the recycling bin. And in the interest of easing this process, because it's a new hauler, because recycling is a new day, and because this is a new bin, they've been more flexible in collecting that recycling. But if recycling bins filled with garbage are commingled in a vehicle that has recycling material, it now becomes contaminated. And so to avoid that confusion in those instances, if there's trash in the recycling bin, it's going to go into the trash truck that comes by. If you're seeing your trash or your recycling go into a trash truck, it's most likely that, or the second reason, which is that they actually use a trash truck for the recycling. So it's not a specifically designated recycling truck currently, right, Melba? Yeah. So there's two trucks going around, but but they both are just Casella trucks. One is only with recycling and one is with trash. And so it could be that you're seeing the recycling go into that truck, which actually only has recycling. And so it looks like it's being commingled, but it actually isn't. If you're seeing your trash and recycling getting collected at the same time and going into the same vehicle, again, most likely it's that there was believed to be trash in your recycling, but it could also be the case that someone's making a mistake, and we want to know about that because that's not what the city's paying to get. So please let us know. Please give us a call if that happens.
What happens if a resident is commingling? Do we pick that trash up or do we leave it?
So again, in the interest of making this transition as easy as possible for residents here in the city, that is going into trash. But ultimately, and in the near future, I would say it will not be picked up, and that residents should be given a notice that their recycling bin has trash in it and can't be collected, since that would be an improper use of the recycling bin. So in the future, I would say no. The long answer is no, and the short answer is currently yes.
Then we need to look at that maybe from an enforcement piece, because other areas, you have to recycle properly.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in some cases, if you're putting recycling into your trash, which a young Andrew Heyman used to do frequently, you can get a violation for it. So I agree with you, absolutely, Councilwoman. One note I wanted to make that I had to step out for a moment, but I didn't hear a resident address, but that I would like to address, is with regard to the trash collection schedule next week. Obviously, we've got a holiday on Monday, so there will not be trash or recycling collection here in the city on Monday. As a result, people who get their trash and recycling collected on Monday, Melba, interrupt me if I'm mistaken here, will get their trash and recycling collected on Tuesday, and those who have their trash and recycling collected on Tuesday will have it collected on Wednesday. And then Thursday and Friday collection should not be affected.
And there's no, there is recycle pickup because we're doing it both the same.
Yeah, so now that there's no recycling on Wednesday, we're shifting everything to that day.
I have a question.
Absolutely, Councilwoman.
In regards to, you were saying about the different units.
Sure.
Why does Community Action not pay for their own hauler? Why are we paying for that?
That's a decision that predates me being here. I understand that it's because it's a nonprofit and for low-income residents, and because I think it made some sort of agreement in that. Councilwoman, you may be aware of that story.
It's always been the case. I had inquired about that too years ago. And I don't know if there's some type of an agreement or what.
I'd be interested in finding out if we have an agreement and if it's expired, or just so that.
But it's just something that we've always done. We've always picked up from those homes up there.
It's good that we have always done it, but.
Yeah, but
I would like to know where
it's
that.
always been the case, and we would have to look at it. So I'll let you know.
So just wanted to reiterate something that was addressed in previous meetings, but I think it's worth coming back to, which is if you have not received a recycling toter, please contact City Hall. We will get you one. You are owed one. So if you don't have one, please say something.
Thanks.
Melba, is there anything you'd like to say? Okay. Let me yield to the expert here.
Good morning, Mayor. Good morning, Council. Good morning. My name is Melba Rothwell. I'm the Recycle Coordinator for the City of Chester. So to Mr. Crawford's question about, I'm in that process right now. I did it yesterday. I'm trying to get them to tag the recycled if it's contaminated or they feel as though they can't take it. Tag it, let the resident know what's wrong with it and what to do with it, instead of calling us talking about it's missed and it's a back and forth type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you tell them from the door what's wrong with it, tag their container, let them know what's wrong with it and what they need to do with it, which is, he's correct. They need to bag it up and put it as trash if it's contaminated. But I'm working with them now. I just sent the email out, and I gotta, they do tag other communities, so they're gonna try to do Chester too with the bad recycling. So that one is, we're trying to handle right now.
I got a question with regard to bagging up recycling.
Okay.
I think the guideline is to use a clear bag or a clear trash bag if you're using, or if you're bagging up recycling.
Well, because going to their brochure, they don't want no bags.
Okay.
I have said previously use a clear bag so they could decipher between recycling, and trash. That's why I always say use clear bags. But right here, they don't want any bags being done. So they want it all in the bin, just in the bin. So if y'all put it in a garbage bag thinking it's okay, putting it in the bin, they consider that contaminated. So if it's clean, to me, just take it out the bag, dump it back in the trash can, let's try again.
That's
but,
what I do.
Yeah.
I take mine out the bag
Right.
and put it in the can.
And these last weeks, it has been for the last month with collection of the recycling. I understand, but they're trying to, that's their standard right here, no bags.
Okay, thanks.
Mhm.
All right, so what you heard is community issues being aired out in the public, and thank you to the community for making your voice known. You've heard responses from the department that's responsible for making the hauler responsible. We're not making excuses at all. There is a contract. There's multi-pages to that contract. And if that contract isn't adhered to, there are enforceable consequences to the hauler, and they don't want that. And I think what was also snuck in there is that some of the consequences may go right back to the resident who is not putting their trash out properly. So we're going to get there. Go ahead.
One thing I just want to say is that we've received dozens of complaints. I would say dozens and dozens, I think might be an accurate description of complaints since the new hauler started. Their first day was January 2nd. First day as an employee of the city was the first, but we didn't have collection that day. And those complaints have been, when they come to us, are forwarded to the hauler. And to that, I want to thank Melba, Ms. Rothwell, also Antrine Wilson, Caprice Clark, who have been fielding a large number of complaints at in the Public Works Department. They've been doing a fantastic job making sure that these get where they need to go. And I want to thank the residents who give us those complaints, because we can't fix the problems if they're not being addressed. And I'm on the email threads. I can tell you Ms. Rothwell is fighting for the city, and she's fighting for city residents to make sure they get the collection that they deserve. So I wanted to thank them.
How do you complain? I'll give you the simplest way to file a complaint. We don't want the complaints to stop because we want to fix this. 610-447-7700. You will have a prompt that will say Public Works? Yeah, Public Works. You know what number it is on the prompt? I know. I'm trying to memorize them too. But there's a prompt system. The first one says if it's an emergency, call 911. The next one is push 1 for police, and on down the line with the numbers. But one of those numbers is Public Works. Really simple. This phone system was set up so that when you push number 1 through, let's say 7 or 8, however, the place that that phone call goes to is the place where the department says they want the number. That's the number that they want to be dialed. You don't have to remember that number anymore. It's 610-447-7700, and then the prompt will get you right to the department, to the phone that will answer it or take the message, and they're responsible for getting back to you. The other reason why we want you to use the 610-447-7700 is because we keep account of all the prompts and how many people are using them, so we can staff accordingly. All right, we're going to go down the list as written here. Next, we have the Reverend Thaddeus Kirkland. Welcome this year, first time. Following him, if you just want to be on the ready, Anita Carrington, and then Joyce Hammond? I'm sorry. Hi. Good to see you.
Good morning, Mayor and Council.
Good morning.
Happy New Year's to both Mayor and Council, City Clerk, Esquire, City Solicitor. I have a few questions. I'm here representing Community Baptist Church, and we have a few questions that we just wanted to pose, and hopefully we get some answers to. The first one being, where are we with the Dwight Capital project, that multi-million-dollar development project that was talked about a little over a year ago, possibly 2 years ago? I know that everybody was excited about it.
Let's do one at a time. You want to give the quick recap on that?
Clock.
Clock is stopped. Dwight City Group has pulled out. They're no longer interested in moving forward on their project for a number of reasons.
Could we have one of those reasons?
Their reasons would be with concerns with the assessed values, which are dictated by the county, not by the city. And they've got some other projects that they're apparently working on in Philadelphia, so they made the determination that they were not moving forward. We were pressing the issue, and we were trying to be as accommodating as possible, but there were things that they just decided they were going to move forward elsewhere.
Thank you. Full transparency, if I did not ask that question, we may not have that answer today. The second one, what are some of the economic development projects that Mr. Buffalo, the economic development person from the state, has now put in place since he has been here? I know he's made over $1 million, received over $1 million for his efforts. Just like to know.
I would direct you to Mr. Buffalo himself. What's your next question?
Nobody here knows?
I would direct you to Mr. Buffalo himself.
Doesn't he work on behalf of the city?
No, he doesn't.
Doesn't he work for the city?
You can contact Mr. Buffalo himself.
Okay, so that's a no. How much revenue has been received from the new parking company by the city since they've been here?
Does anyone have that number? Mr. Troutman, anybody? Okay, that will be researched.
Researched. How much money has the city paid out to the new parking company since they've been here?
I'm sure that will be researched as well. That would be in the same answer. Thumbs up. This is why we don't like question and answer, because many times we don't have, you're not going to get a prepared answer from any of these questions, but continue.
I will, because I heard some other folks pose questions and they got answers. How many tickets to date have been issued to those persons who continue to park on the curb while our kids have to walk in the street going to school? In particular, Curlin Street, 9th Street, because I was here at a meeting last year and I heard the comments coming, Mr. Mayor, that said our police are going to be ticketing these cars that are parked on the curb. You said, I'm warning you, just remember you have been warned. So to date,
I will respond to that.
Please.
That I'm so frustrated that my words have not manifested in a movement that we want to see up to this point. But trust me, 2026 is a different day. If any of you listened to the MFRAC meeting that the receiver presented yesterday, that was a large part of his presentation: quality of life issues, parking, abandoned cars. Kind of tied into your earlier question about really what is the effectiveness of our parking management authority. They're going to be involved in that as well. So look forward to seeing activity from the police department and from our parking management company with regard to parking issues all across the city.
I hope so, because if you look at what's happening.
I hope so too.
If you
But
look
it's
at
gonna
what's
happen.
happening to our curves,
Mhm.
and they're
You're preaching to the
sinking,
choir, man.
They are being, well, I'm preaching all the time. They're sinking and they're destroying our infrastructure.
Yes, absolutely.
And referring to the police department, how many police officers to date do we have, active police officers do we have on duty to date? And what's the allotment of police officers for the city of Chester?
What are we talking, 57-ish? 65? Okay.
65. Okay. And lastly, there's a traffic light at 7th and Barclay. That traffic light has not worked since June. It's just 7 months has gone by, and it's almost like we're waiting for a tragedy or accident to happen. I wanted to bring it to the attention. I'm sure everybody has driven down 7th Street, that same traffic light and other traffic lights that are flashing in the community. Would like to know when that traffic light might be corrected or fixed, repaired.
Yeah, you're correct. There are traffic light issues all across the city. Oh, yeah, there you are. Any idea when the 7th and Barclay one is?
Oh, while he's coming? Thank you.
Thanks, Rev.
I'm aware of that specific one. It's been reported to Signal Services. I know there should be a timeline, but unfortunately, I just don't have it offhand. I can get that information and I'll send it out to council and mayor as soon as I have it, and along with pricing. There, and as Reverend Kirkland said, there are a few traffic lights around the city. Some that go in and out have issues that, to varying degrees, can be corrected, and some, unfortunately, have the more significant issues, sometimes caused by accidents. Unfortunately, so.
All right, thanks.
All right, no problem.
Miss Anita Carrington.
Good morning, council, mayor. Good morning. Community. Good morning. I'm Anita Carrington. I came here to talk about my housing, but in the midst, I had a phone call that is being taken care of while I'm sitting in here, so I'm gonna pass that. Other thing I have to talk about is, I'm being outreach to the community for our youth. So can each and every last one of y'all spread the word that every single month I will be doing a give back to our community to the youth from age 0 to 18 years old. It will be hygiene products for 1 to 18, and for our babies, there will be Pampers, wipes, and whatever snowsuits, hats, scarves, gloves, anything that you will need for your children, far as hygiene and clothes-wise, I am giving that out. They're all brand new. Everything is bought out of pocket. I do have sponsors that help me once a month, but I will be doing it every single month. The next 12 months, I will be doing give back to our community. So all your councilwomen, councilmen, mayor, could y'all please spread the word to our community? It would be different locations every month. The first location was December. The first giveaway was December at my church, St. Luke's. I don't think I will be doing it there every month. It'll be a different location every month. It's getting nice out, so when it get nice, it probably will be held where my son was hit at 9th and Tillman. It would be held there during the summertime at the Coastal. Everyone knows it is a gas station with no pumps. It would be held there during the, when it get nice outside. But while it's still cold, there will be inside. The location for this month will be coming soon. It will be either the 17th of this month or the 23rd of this month. There was something else I had to say. Oh, also, it's January. February, everyone knows that's the month that my baby got hit by a car. February the 4th is when he got hit. It'll mark 1 year. So February the 4th, from 3:30 to 5 o'clock, I would love to see the whole entire city of Chester at 9th and Tillman. The whole city of Chester there. Y'all support my baby, support him on that day. We have a lot in store for that day, February the 4th. It will be closed down for that day. Y'all can participate in what I have going on for that day. Y'all don't have to, but I would love to see everyone face there on February the 4th at 9th and Tillman for Nalik Ellison. 1 year celebration of his life. My baby made it 1 year to see after his accident. So I would love to see everyone there. Everyone. Thank y'all.
Oh, hold on. So, if you're having something, thank you first for just providing these supplies to
Yes.
people in our community. Secondly, if you want us to let people know when it's coming, you're going to have to tell us where you're going to be and what times. So make sure you get in touch with our public affairs. You can go public affairs at City of Chester, or you know who to call,
Yep.
just to get the information over here.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I will do so.
Thank you.
When I leave today, I'm gonna be making up flyers for this month. And from, on February, I'm doing the giveaway as well, but it's going to be that day. So the giveaway for February will be happening at his 1 year anniversary. It will be flyers put around every month for the giveaway where the location will be at.
Just make
But
sure
I
we
will
get
let
one.
you know, yes.
Thanks.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Joyce Hammond.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for giving me this opportunity to speak on this serious matter. I live at 2101 West 7th Street. I think you might know this called Benjamin Banner, okay? I've been there 5 years. When I first moved in there was a manager there. There was a exterminator man, used to come every other Thursday. There was a maintenance people there that kept the floors clean, did what they were supposed to do. I'm a 66-year-old woman, senior citizen, with a lot of poor health issues, okay? The reason why I'm saying this is because what's going on in my apartment right now. Since these three gentlemen took over this building, we have not had a manager there. We have not had maintenance there. I run my oven because I don't have heat in my household, okay? I'm on an oxygen machine at night. It's what's going on. My health is already poor, but it's making my health worse. Me and my daughter has been on the line. I've been filling out all kind of applications, senior citizens, different apartments, not just in Chester, wherever. My daughter has been there with me every day. But this is my concern right now. We don't have a manager there. If a lady comes there like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening, but she won't knock on my door no more that time of night, okay? Because that is not business hours. Business hours is from 9 to 5, 8 to 5, 9 to 6. So I don't know if they hired this lady. She used to work there 2 years ago. But now she's coming in the evening. 5 years I've been there. I have receipts for 5 years. I don't play with my rent. I pays my rent every month. I have receipts for 5 years that I've been there. Because it's no maintenance people there, or it's no manager there no more. There was a manager, young girl there. And what happened was, something happened and she got scared and she took off. But these three people that just bought the building, I had to their names, I have their phone numbers. 3 Jews. I'm not racist, I'm not prejudiced, but if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, so far they have had 5 to 6 managers in that building. And what they did, they stole money out. So now they're trying to make us pay for what the managers have stolen out of the petty cash. That's what they call it, petty cash. Now, I have all my receipts. I have never paid over $300 a month. They want me to pay now $637 a month. I'm not paying it. I'm not paying it. I have been to Ms. Carroll's office. I think she's a representative. I've been to her office. I have been from A to Z. I do things decent and in order. I have called here so many times, and Mayor came there, and I appreciate what he did when he came there. But right now, it's bad. It's real bad. It's nobody there now. So it's like people is just down the basement with air beds down there, sleeping down the basement. It's like people is just, they just doing everything in there. And I'm ready to go to a hotel. I'm really ready to go to a hotel. I get 1 check a month. I'm on SSI. That's all I receive. I'm pleading for y'all help, to help me. Now I have all 3 gentlemen names in my book, and their phone numbers. I just want some heat in my house. I want some heat. I can't run my oven 24/7. I cannot run my oven 24/7. So I'm asking y'all to please try and help me if you can. I called here several times. Mary know I called here. You know I called. I spoke to you, Mr. Green. I think I spoke to everybody in this building. Andrew, the inspections, all of them. Somebody by the name Miss Pierce. You know, I think I left like 10 messages on her machine.
Ms. Hammett, you're well beyond the 3 minutes.
Okay.
You want heat.
Okay.
We're gonna work on you getting heat.
Okay. But you know, something as serious as this is, don't never cut a person off when they talk serious about something like this, okay?
The reason I let her go as long as she did is because she's expressing the sentiments of many renters in the city of Chester who live in privately owned HUD supplemental housing, government subsidized housing. The city of Chester, along with the district attorney, the state of Pennsylvania, and even representatives from HUD and the White House, did extraordinary work in making sure that 160 residents of the Banneker building did not get put out on the street. It was that close. I don't want to go into all the details, but we have too many people who could tell the same story as Ms. Hammond in this city. The resources to fix this go well beyond what we can do up here as city officials. Getting back to national issues, you know that HUD, who was the one who's subsidizing these homes, their departments have been literally dismantled. There's so few people working in the federal government that trickle down to people like Ms. Hammond in the housing that she lives in. As far as L&I is concerned, we will go out there, we will look at her apartment, make sure she gets heat. Is housing a right? And if so, you know, there's only so much that city officials can do. if we did the minimum, our L&I department who went in and inspect the Banneker, when the one elevator wasn't working and the other one was failing every other day and it wasn't inspected, we could have shut the building down right then and there, condemned it, and everyone would have gone out in the street. We took about, Jacob, how long was it? 4 months? 4 months of just intense 2-3 meetings a week with anybody who would listen. And fortunately, we had a HUD official who had a sympathetic ear, who knows these type of players who run buildings like this. I was even criticized for, why are you doing the Banneker first? It's the biggest. It's the worst. There's a whole lot of others in this city that you could have tested with. But I wanted to go after the big boy first. And I'm really conflicted. Did we win? Yeah, we did. We kept people from going out in the street. If you want to prevent homelessness, keep people in their homes. But the conditions of their homes still ain't right. There's still a lot more to have to be done. It angers me a lot to see the conditions that our people live in for people who are just making stupid money off of the system. It's bad. It's bad. And it's hard to fight. I can go on. I'd probably end up crying. Victor is a Cabral, thanks. Oh, you're back. Good to see you.
Good morning, Mayor and members of City Council and community members.
Good morning.
Morning. My name is Victor Cabral. I am the Vision Actualization and Community Connection Specialist with Four Circles Beyond, which is a nonprofit located on 2100 Providence Avenue here in Chester. And I wanted to come here today to tell you a little bit about a program that I'll be launching with Four Circles at the end of this month, called the Peace, Liberation, and Arts Youth Fellowship. And it's a 6-month art-based leadership and community restoration program for Chester youth. The application's closed today. We are still looking for a few 8th graders to join, so if you know one or a few, please let me know. I'm happy to work with families if they need a little bit more time to get an application in for that program. And we will be bringing back the majority of the kids that we worked with this past summer. So this fellowship builds on the work that we did with the PLA Summer Adventure, which took 10 young people from Chester and connected communities on a 10-day journey that started in Chester, and then we traveled to Philadelphia, South Carolina, Georgia, and Washington, D.C., all free of cost. And when the youth returned home, the theme that was emerging was like, what do we do now with what we've learned? And so they didn't want to just travel and learn stuff, they wanted to actually put it into action. And so this program is a response to that. Through this program, young people will engage in creative expression, leadership development, and hands-on community restoration work. We have a few partners already who we're working with to try to restore some areas in the community. As part of the fellowship, each participating family receives $600 in charitable assistance, which goes to the youth. And we are bringing on an award-winning muralist and an award-winning filmmaker to support the program, document the program from beginning to end, document the kids' journeys and how they grow over time. So I'm really excited to hear about the PHS program and what supports they might be looking for with that in terms of art-based restoration. And what else here? Let's see. Also would love to work with the recycling department. Part of what we're going to be doing is participating in community cleanups, but also gathering trash, which will then use 3D printers and other technology to convert the trash and turn it into art as a direct resistance to the trash burning and the environmental racism here. As well as I heard folks talking about their recycling bins, and part of the program is also to put art on recycling bins so that People can, share messages, but also QR codes to different resources, things of that nature. So if you're interested in having the kids spiff up your recycle bin, let us know. It's only 10 kids, so we can't do too many of them, but we'd love to collaborate with folks. Yeah, I have a notepad with me if anyone wants to share phone number, email, etc. And I also have cards. And if anyone has any ideas about areas in the community which might be accessible to the kids to be able to show their art and whatnot, we're more than happy to work with folks. What's the last thing I was going to say? Of course. I'll remember, 15 minutes from now. But I think that's it for now. And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Craw, I'd like you to make sure that you exchange information with Ms. Melba Rothwell right there. She's our recycle coordinator, okay?
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
How many eighth graders, how much room you have? How many vacancies?
So we had a really large number of the kids from the summer that returned who are older. They're 13 to 14, 16 years old, and so we wanted to create like a mentoring relationship. And so we have spots right now for another like 2 or 3 eighth graders.
Come on, there's 2 or 3 eighth graders out here. Parents.
Yeah, and then there's an interview process. The kids will participate in the kids that were already part of our program will participate in deciding who.
Yeah, I wish we could just redo the presentation the kids made, when they finished the program. It was amazing. If you know some eighth graders, please get his number. Make sure that those parents sign up. There's 3 spots. Let's fill them today. Thank you for your presentation. And he's offering to paint your recycle can. So I hope you didn't miss that either. Can we paint on the recycle cans?
I don't think so, but I'm check.
Okay.
I remember what I was going to say. A lot of the kids have been making Overtown and wanting to restore down there because it's important to them. So I'd love to work with whatever the process is to see if we could find some space there, maybe work with VHS if they have a lot nearby.
There are some local artists that have already started, doing some revitalization over town. I'll happily connect you with them. Of course.
Ms. Dennis, did you want to come back up? Okay. She's a 2-timer today.
Yes, I am. Good morning again to everyone. My 2 things, it's a new year. I want to say Happy New Year to everyone. And because it's a new year, hopefully this will be the year that we can get an update on the Deshawn project, whatever that is, and also that we can get a update on the weigh station. Those are my 2 pet peeves, and I hope that this year we can do something about those 2 issues.
Okay.
And that is it. Thank you.
I can give you a status update on both. You can have a seat.
Great.
The weigh station is really about police staffing, and that's the update. There's a little bit of a repair that has to be done, but until we can afford to dedicate a couple people to staff that weigh station, it's not going to happen. And to Mayor Kirkland, or former Mayor Kirkland, Reverend Kirkland's point, when you heard the numbers of police officers that we have, we just don't have the luxury of taking 2 of them off the street in patrol to work the weigh station. With regard to Deshawn, the update is that there is still an active request for proposal that was put out there. There were 3 bidders. That's out in the county's hand. But a little birdie told me that what's going to happen with Deshawn has a lot to do with some activity that's going to help enhance the downtown area. So that's why it's on pause, because I think it's going to be a coordinated solution between some improvements from the front door here up to Widener, where the Deshawn being right in the middle there is going to be part of the solution. You will get some answers this year, though. You will. No, I hope so, too. And I think it's only because of the impasse with the state budget that there has been that delay. So we're chomping at the bit as well, waiting for an answer. Welcome back, Mr. Williams. Come on up. When we heard of your situation, we were all concerned. We actually called somebody to get an update. They told me you were out and you were coming to the next meeting. So it's so good to see you.
Well, I've been by here one time, but y'all wasn't having no meeting. I asked, what's the problem?
No problem, we have a schedule.
So I arrived this morning in behalf. A lot of stuff going around here in Chester. Chester, this city where I live in. You got people down here sleeping in the box. You got people about to bed at home sleeping in the box. And the project nail up. A project needs to be a stepping stone for people to move in until they can move a little further. But it look like they're nailing them up. I don't understand that. A lot of things going on around here. The street, this young man get up there and speak to him in the street. But it look like to me he ain't doing his job. You can walk by them sewer holes, you can't stand to give you a headache. You can walk on the street and see trash and leaf and stuff all over the street. You can go in the alley, go in James Street alley, go in Mary Street alley, and see how ragged and dirty it is. You can take from Hayes Street back to Thurlow Street. All them places need to be cleaned up, them backyards where people done move out there and die out. And the back in the yard need to be cleaned out. People kill somebody and throw them right back there. You'll never know them back there, letting you smell them. A lot of stuff going on around here, and they ain't getting done. People doing certain things and certain things they don't do. Now, I like to know who over street department. Who over street department?
Well, our director was here, but I'm the chair of the committee.
Well, if you're the chair of the committee, go on 9th Street up there and see all that oil and stuff in the street. The kids got to walk around them cars. If that man want a car lot, he should buy him a car lot. You got a lot of open field here.
I've been complaining about that for 6 years.
Well, you got to do something. You can't complain. Make the police start putting tickets on them every day, and something gonna change.
Yeah.
If you don't do your job, ain't nothing gonna never change. I've been in here with y'all at least 2 years. I had yet to hear a report, read what they buy, what they spend, and different things like that. That's supposed to be reading a meeting. That's come under the mayor there. That's supposed to be read and tell the people what they're doing with their money and their tax money. You know, tax went up 19%. I was at the city council when they raised that. It don't make sense to keep raising the things up, and people ain't getting no more money. You know Pennsylvania's still $7 a quarter minimum wages? It's a disgrace. You got to spend $10 to get a hamburger and a cup of milkshake. Hell, that you got to work an hour and a half and you ain't got nothing. Now you got to spend $6. You got to spend $10 to ride the bus there. Now you don't work a half a day and they ain't got nothing. I hear this young lady talk about Philadelphia. I've been up there yesterday. I go to a doctor on Stanton Avenue. And the way, see, y'all used to call that Columbia Avenue, but now they call it Cecil B. Moore Avenue. Go on the foot of that where you turn off of Girard Avenue and go up through there. Where them black folks live up in there. It don't make sense. Go down on Cobb's Creek. It don't make sense. See, I ride every day. That's what I bought that car for the ride. I invited to sit down. And I went up there on Allegheny Avenue. Start from front and Allegheny and go all the way out. See how you look. Don't let people come in and tell us Philadelphia looks so this and that, because it's not. In certain neighborhood, go up there and see all them little kids, 13 and 14 years old, make you cry. To see them out there shooting dope and the police standing like they just watching.
All right, let's come to your conclusion now.
Yeah, I know it. Every time I get up here, you come to my conclusion.
Every time you exceed
now,
3 minutes.
Now, I wanna ask you about, like, the trash. Now, when them people come along and clean up through Chester, now, like the trash man come, who department that come under? So they went up to Labor Ready and tell them people, do they have to hire people for labor ready? Because a lot of young kids used to go up there and make a few dollars in a day. Because they used to go up to labor ready and get money. Look like that man bring an already made up crew.
All right, what's your last point?
You.
I told you I'm happy you're back.
I thank you.
No, thank you.
And may God bless y'all.
Now, one thing that he does, and I'm guilty of it too. I can find a flaw in anything, and Mr. Brown Williams always tells us things that we need to work on. You know, his approach might seem abrasive, but I don't see it as that. He's been around. He knows when times were better. And I hear from the old mayors and the old politicians up there, and they look at, hey, let me talk now. They look at the videos and they say, man, he's still coming, which means you have been in these seats for decades. See that? So that's what we appreciate, and that's what we want, that community engagement, and we thank you. Let's talk about a couple of things you said, and I think you have a strong point. We have these reports up here. We've got to bring the Chester Housing Authority up here to speak about what's going on with the Chester Housing Authority. As far as streets are concerned, the only street sweepers that I'm aware of in the city, the Chester Stormwater Authority has them. Maybe we need to talk to them and get to do more street sweeping. Clean up other people's property. You know, you're always asking us to clean up other people's property. Not that other people's property don't need to be cleaned up, but other people need to be cleaning up their own damn property, their own property too. Tax increases, yes, the county went up 23% and then 19% in the last 2 years, but the city of Chester did not raise taxes. So some of the things that you're talking about addressing could easily be addressed if we raise taxes in Chester, and we ain't gonna do it. And minimum wage in Pennsylvania is that bottom line, $7.25, $7.50, but that is the federal minimum wage, so there's a lot of states that follow the federal guideline. We gotta talk to Washington to bump that thing up to 15, so all states makes that the minimum. But really appreciate you being back. You bring the color back to City Council. Mr. Salim.
Before Mr. Salim come up, I do want to address one thing that you mentioned, and that's about the homelessness. And, you know, as I was driving into City Hall today, one of the things I recognize is that, I mean, literally on the side of City Hall, we have a homeless lady sleeping out here at the bus stop. And I am not sure what message that sends, but you literally have someone outside of City Hall sleeping outside of City Hall. And I don't know what resources we have or what resources have been presented to her, but it's my hope that we can come up with something that is going to help the homeless population in the city of Chester. We have a serious homeless population. And I don't know what resources we can bring, but hopefully we can reach out to the county or reach out to someone to provide some kind of services for our homeless populations, especially if we're trying to clean up the city and clean up our downtown area. We literally have someone sleeping outside of City Hall. So we need to address that at some point and see what resources we can help.
There are resources that are available, and I have spoken to this woman on several occasions. I hate to say that mental health is a real issue, but it is. And so we have went to this lady and provided resources and even offered to pay for a hotel for her to stay in, and she declined. So if they decline, there's nothing that you can do. You can't force these individuals to go into shelter. In regards to the man that was on 9th and Tillman near the Minute Homes, I personally paid for a hotel stay for him as well as other residents and people from other states. He left. So there is help that's being provided, but you cannot force individuals into housing if they want to stay outside.
And then, Commissioner, I've been asking, and you know I've been asking about 9th and Ingle Street with the cars parked on the street. They're selling cars from the street, and that's not permissible. You cannot sell anything on our city streets. So I'd like to see something done about that.
All right, Mr. Salim.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
Can I see
And the mercy
that,
be upon you.
since we've been interrupted?
Mr. Salim.
My name is Amin Abdul Salim. I live 240 Patton Street in Chester. One of the things that the Prophet Muhammad did when he brought this message, and what was a great problem for him, was the overzealousness of the people. They coming into a little bit of knowledge, God blessing them, opening their soul, but they became more than what the prophet was saying. That they were saying, God, overzealous. Now, you can say these things. You're getting a little bit of understanding, inshallah, if you will, but you do not, a little bit. So we want to be patient and gradually, as God said, to carry this on, if you will. So just cool yourself, calm it down, inshallah. Yeah. And then we will get over this. We will get on through here. Old folks said there's more to this than just meet the eye or the naked eye. God has opened a spiritual eye, and we're going to see our way on through here. Most of you are seeing just with a physical eye. That the old folks say there's more to this than that. So inshallah, I'm saying it in good spirit and good faith and all. So if you would, inshallah. So, yeah. And I'm not the one that just come up and flex muscle and all that. No, that's not this at all. But just speaking, overzealousness. You'll have your time coming. Inshallah. Okay, not sorry to go that way. I just want to say something to you right quick, Mayor, sir. That, we start with the Christmas thing. My name's, I do Salim. I live 240 Patton Street. I'm trying to rush, not to hold you. And one of the things that, bring us back to sanity, if you will, or what good point is that a child is born. Now, these are some things that they make us mind of to bring us back to sensitivity. A child is born. A child is born. So we act in accordance with a child is born. Okay. It also says that, let old acquaintance be forgotten. All this mess that sometimes some of us are talking, Astaghfirullah al-Azim, is that, excuse me, but what I'm speaking is in the hereafter, after here, not trying to rumble through this, through this. We going to have the spiritual eye open, and we're going to see clearly our way of going through here. Going through here. They say it's more to this than meet the eye. Okay, so inshallah, guys, well, I'm sorry to have to, run through this, and I'm done already, inshallah. So this is a new year. This is a new beginning. We don't want to speak of the old stuff and not stop here in this world or this order. We want to open the new order, breaking the barrier, if you will, the cycle that this world keeps us in year-round. Don't go nowhere. It said that, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to use the knowledge of the hereafter to break this cycle, people. And if we don't break the cycle, those who don't want this cycle broken, we go on to our Lord, stand in the presence of our Lord, we adhere to what our Lord said to give, then it said that they would be like gray-headed babies.
All right, give me your conclusion.
Because they're not going nowhere. They're not going there. So we opening this cycle, and we're not going to be like the gray-headed babies. Hoary-headed is the word that the book used. So inshallah, God's willing, I pray that we have gotten something out of that, and I'm speaking of the knowledge of the hereafter, not here and now, no, but to take us on, inshallah.
Thank you very so much. Yes, this is a new year. Yes, there demands a new approach, new way of thinking, yes. But we are, and we can't forget that we're making adjustments and corrections to old problems. that has been lingering in this city for a really long time. So we can't forget the old. But as the new year comes in, we have to think better, think smarter, think toward the future. Any other comments from council before we adjourn? Can I get a motion? Ooh, I'm ready to go. Go ahead.
I'm good.
You good? All right. Any motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Meeting adjourned.
Really?